And this is what Howard, he went wild over this.
If Bill Horton seems the typical oddball inventor, it should come as no surprise that he would design a strange duck of an airplane like the Horton Wingless. The early 50s press compared it to a flying saucer. Aviation experts predicted it would never fly. But the throngs of airplane buffs who came out to see its modest runway jaunts seemed to sense this was something special.
There's no airplane in the world today that could match the aerodynamic power of the Horton Wingless. It still holds the world record for lifting the most weight and the least fuel.
Horton says his partner in the prototype was billionaire Howard Hughes, who took one of the first rides in it. So did the governor of California, assorted congressmen, reporters, and staffers from the Joint Chiefs. This letter confirms the Joint Chiefs wanted the plane for the military.
Research and development contracts were beginning to cook. That's when Howard he broke the partnership.
Horton says his partner preferred the name the Hughes Wingless, but the inventor refused to sign over the rights. He says Hughes enlisted the help of Richard Nixon to try and convince him. When even a physical beating failed to change his mind, Horton says the SEC came after him over his sale of personal notes for the prototype. Horton claims the sale was first proposed by Hughes and Las Vegas attorney Harry Claiborne in the presence of SEC official Charles Burr. Burr later helped the SEC go after Horton, whose attorney for a time was the same Harry Claiborne.
The SEC commissioner, a guy named Charles Burr, told him to raise some capital in a certain way, which is an interesting thing, because if there was a way that you would want to have a hook on somebody, you'd get them to do something that was later impermissible.
Attorney Kenahan was hired by Horton to evaluate the SEC's permanent injunction, handed down in 1954. The injunction included some oddities, including a statement that the plane had no patent pending, untrue, and that it was incapable of flight.
That's fascinating because prior to this, the governor of California, a man named Knight, had been up in the plane. The FAA inspectors had been up in the plane. Hughes had been up in the plane.
Worst of all for Horton, the injunction demanded that he never speak publicly about his plane again. The court ordered the seizure of all wind tunnel and test flight data. The plane itself made a final flight to McCarran Field in Las Vegas. This film shows Horton with the small model. While Horton spent 18 months in prison, his airplane was dismantled, its parts destroyed. Even after prison, Horton kept quiet. It wasn't until this year that attorney Kenahan discovered that the injunction only applied if Horton was trying to sell stock. It meant Horton could once again tout his brainchild.
Sure, I want to build another airplane.
And just maybe the Horton Wingless will be airborne once again.